What's up, everybody? William John Raitt back with another episode of Design and Invest. We are doing a ride-along episode where we're visiting some properties today and just kind of showing you what I'm up to. And I know that I haven't vlogged in a while, so let's jump in. First stop here is a property I'm finishing in Glendale. This is a beautiful little craftsman bungalow. We're probably about a week and a half away from finishing. Now we're just sort of tightening up the small stuff. But let me give you a quick little run through and check on the things. We have the gutters going in today. The installation guys finishing up in the attic. And the windows were just put in. The painter finished everything. Some touch-up stuff with the painter, but not a ton. But let's jump right in. This property here is a really unique property. This was built over 100 years ago when Glendale was not even really established. And it's a little bungalow. The square footage on the property is probably just over 1,000 square feet. And the lot size, believe it or not, is only about 1,300 square feet. So literally there's just space to walk around the property. At some point, for sure, this was a much bigger property. This probably also was owned by the corner market around the corner. I mean, it probably had a good acre at one point because over 120 years ago is when it was built. So let's jump in. I'll show you what we did here. But basically, we took it down to the studs. It was pretty dilapidated, needed renovation, needed pretty much everything. And that's what we gave it. So we were limited on a space here, so we decided to put this fancy attic ladder so you can take advantage of the space. There's a lot of space in the attic. For storage, you're very limited in this property. You don't have much, so utilizing that space is very important. You can put Christmas ornaments or whatever up there. I wanted to make sure we kept some of the originality and the original charm of the place. So I was real adamant the homeowners wanted to basically take it down to the studs, delete this fireplace and get rid of the built-in. I'm like, no, that's so craftsman bungalow. I mean, these built-ins are beautiful. This tile is over 100 years old. Look at the trim on the windows too. All of these windows, we put in new windows, but they're just retrofit windows in place of the olds. But keeping this original is sometimes more difficult than it is to just replace it. Actually, it definitely is because there's so much patching. You have 120 years worth of paint on top of this, on top of this, on top of this. And then the built-ins, I mean, the details of this, if you come here and look at this, like it's so detailed. All these little ornate sort of trims, they don't make it like that. And so anything like that I can keep, I try to. The floors were very unlevel in here. You have 100 plus years of settlement. So we had to level set them, build them up a little, and then we put waterproof vinyl throughout the property. And again, like I said, new vinyl windows. We did a new front door that's craftsman-like, but it's also a vinyl door. But it matches the period of the home and sort of style. I'll go into a very deep dive of this video when we're done. Right now, I'm just checking in on my trades. I got the gutter guy here, the installation guy's finishing up, a lot of like last minute details. We got some fencing we're putting in. Let's talk a little bit about the kitchen. So the kitchen, this was closed off. It was very compartmentalized. So was this dining room, very, sort of indicative of that time period where they just, this is the dining, this is the living, this is the kitchen. So this, we opened it up. Thankfully, there was no weight-bearing walls here, so it went away very easily. I kept a wing on this side to house the appliances on this side, so that way you don't see them from the living room. So the fridge will go right here. We built in a peninsula to sort of marry the two spaces, the kitchen to the living room, or sorry, the dining room. And no uppers on that wall because it's all glass. Was thinking about putting one over there or maybe some floating shelves over there, but honestly, this client is, this is just gonna be a rental for them. So they didn't want to spend too much money on all the finishes. So we picked, $1.60 a square foot flooring. We chose quartz counters that have that marbleized look, white shaker cabinets. Even though we did upgrade these aren't your typical white shaker. These are thin white shaker cabinets. So the trim, if you look at it, is very thin. It's very cool. It's kind of an homage to the to what you might see in a home like this back in the days, but more of a new age kind of twist to it. We did a cool undermount sink with a bunch of utilities to it, little drying rack built in, and strainer to wash your veggies. We chose the finishes throughout to be black, mixed with some champagne bronze too. So this one has the champagne bronze kind of vibe. The handles on the doors, on the cabinets all have a little half champagne bronze, half black look to them. In the back over here, this was the laundry room, which we kept it the laundry room, but we built it into a stackable to really utilize the space and open this up, because back in the days, these kind of pass-through rooms were really tight. They would put it like here, the washer dryer, then you'd have no space to really maneuver around, but now you have this whole sort of walk space. Like I said, this property is, the lot size is probably 1,300 square feet and the house itself is 1,000 square feet. So really, you just have like a 3 foot around the property to walk. So there's no backyard. We really had to utilize the every square inch of this property. There's a little storage shed back here that we took half of the storage shed and used it for the master closet. And we'll talk about that real quick. Again, I don't want to spend a ton of time here because we got a busy day. So this space over here, it was always 2 bedrooms, but it was only 1 bathroom before. The bathroom was right here in the middle. We were able to steal the closet from the master bedroom and absorb that and the linen closet portion of it to make 2 5-foot bathrooms. So we got 2 bed, 2 bath now. This is in sort of prime walkable Glendale. Brand is right like a rock's throw away. And that's a very popular street here in Glendale. Everything is on that street. You can visit 25 restaurants. You can go to Ross. You can go wherever you want over there. But let's walk over here real quick and show you the bathrooms. Again, place is dirty. We're not done yet. We'll be doing a big video on this later. But we chose tiles that are very period. We used like subway tiles and ran them on the vertical instead of the horizontal, and oversized ones at that, so it really looks cool. The finishes on the master bathroom are champagne bronze and the hall bathroom is black. Very clean, even down to the drains that we used are also with that sort of satin brass champagne bronze look. The closet over here, this didn't exist before. This was just closed off. This was walled. The closet was behind you that we stole for the bathroom. So we took part of the storage shed and created a walk-in master closet, which turned out great. We had to raise the floors because the levels weren't the same. So we raised them and then did a custom built-in. So the gutter guys are finishing up their job. That's literally the company's name too, the gutter guy. Here, I'll let you zoom in on that. If you need a good gutter guy, he is the gutter guy. But they're gonna finish it up real quick. It's not a very complicated job. The gutters here were only about $1,000 total for the house. What they're doing is they're running it right here and running the downspout on this side, and the other side collecting it from the porch, because the porch has a slope like this and the roof has a slope like this. So it's catching those 2 angles and dropping it down right here. And the same thing on that side, down on the side. And in the back, a very similar solution, sort of boom, boom, catching all the water and diverting it down in the corners of the house away from the property. But yeah, normally for a home like this, if I was flipping it, I probably wouldn't even do it, but the owners are keeping this. So long term, it's a really good move to put gutters because that water, once it comes down, it can start seeping into all kinds of stuff. You have very, very old wood that will just disintegrate if it's not collected right. But on to the next property. I'll see you there. Hey guys, we're at the next property. We are in North Hollywood, my stomping ground. Actually, it's really funny. This property is owned by best friends of one of my high school friends, and he's like, hey, they need a full rehab. Where's it at? I went and walked it. I'm like, well, guess what, guys? That property across the street is my first development. About 8 years ago, I built that. That was my first ground up new development. And it's a duplex. Now, if I were to build that, I'd put, I don't know, at least 4 units on it, probably 6 units. All the lots over here are zoned RD 1.5, so every 1,500 square feet, you could build 1 unit. But with multifamily, you could do 2 ADUs by right. So that now would be at least a 4-unit play. But back then, it was just a nice duplex that we built. It still held up pretty well. It looks beautiful. But yeah, let's jump in. This is the property we're working on right now. This is across the street. We are here at the property right now. This is a small sort of, I don't know, I didn't think this house was this old, but it's probably about 100 years old, this house. I think it was built in the 30s, like early 30s. I thought it was a 50s home. Once we tore out the walls and it started to show itself that it's actually a lot older. But this is a full rehab. The clients are very sweet. They're actually gonna be building an ADU in the front that they're gonna be living in. This is the owner's, the house she grew up in. She's lived here for, 35 years. And so there's gonna be an ADU in the front, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and then the main house, we're renovating it now without permits. So, we're just kind of trying to float under the radar. We're pretty exposed over here though, so we need to get this bin out of here and park cars here so you don't really see what's going on. But obviously everything that I do like this is all still the code. It's just a matter of the permitting process takes forever, the planning, this and that. But the house is, yeah, it's gonna be really nice when it's done, but rental grade. We're not putting super fancy stuff over here. But let's jump in. I'll show you what we're working on. Checking in with the guys. They're working on the framing and ripping off the back roof. So we'll explain what we're doing. So we're keeping all of the original siding. It's actually in pretty decent shape. We're gonna feather in any new stuff that we need and work on it that way. So once we got down to the studs in this property, we realized that this back half, the addition, or actually it looks original, but it was very short. It was just over 7 feet, and that's not gonna cut the mustard in this this property. We need it to be higher. With the floor plan and everything, it's like that whole side is open floor concept. So to go from vaulted to 7 feet is gonna look funny. And then, also on this side, you have bedrooms and bathrooms and things. So we need to really make sure that we're bringing it up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna raise that back wall up about 1 foot and continue that. So that way the new grade is gonna be 8 feet to whatever height we can get over here, maybe 9 feet. And then in the main living area, it's gonna be vaulted. So, but there's a lot of structural stuff that goes into that. Unfortunately, this was an extra for the clients, but it wasn't a big one. I just make sure that my guys are paid for, materials paid for, and keep the job moving. But we gotta go fast though, because we're very exposed over here. And the last thing I want is to get popped and have to send this job to plan check. All right, guys, we are now at the Glendale property. A long time ago, we renovated the front house. It's been Airbnb'd for a while. The back house, we finally got it finished. There was some delays on the construction and the planning and stuff, but now we're just starting to outfit it for Airbnb, putting this in the pipeline and getting it listed here pretty soon. Eventually, this whole area will be developed too. If you want to pan there, you can see the big ass lot that we have here. But for the time being, this is our focus, to Airbnb this beautiful back house. It's over 100 years old. We try to keep some original charm, but really we stripped it down. But it's really cute. You'll see, it's a little small 2-bedroom. Okay guys, so I haven't been here since I had my furniture delivered. I had my guys just bring over, you know, the bare necessities, sofa, couch, boom, 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 boom. A couple of supplies, a little bit of outdoor furniture, barbecue. I bought a bunch of stuff off another guy and just fired it straight over here. This just needs the layers now. I need to buy a TV, put the TV down, get the internet or a mesh router. I think I could pull the internet from the front house. And then yeah, it should be pretty easy. I got all the components now. We have 2 bedrooms here. Right now, the small bedroom is staged as an office, but I'll get a day bed in there, maybe a full size with a trundle bed or something to sleep the appropriate amount of people. But I think we'll do good over here once I layer it a little bit. But that's all I need to do now is take notes on what it needs, so that way I can bring those back and get this puppy live. We'll probably have this live by next week. All right, guys, that is my day. I am wrapping up. We're gonna set this up, like I said, next week. We'll be finished and live on Airbnb. Front house is already thoroughly rented. I'm expanding my Airbnb empire right now. I folded my staging company and just sort of diving all in with my inventory as well as my expertise with Airbnb. I've been doing it 9 years now, so time to amp that up a lot more and add more fuel to the fire. So many more to come. I'll do a lot of videos on Airbnb real soon, teach you some tricks of the trade, and we'll take it from there, guys. Remember, design, invest, repeat.